This brand new build by Loudermilk Custom Homes in the Manor in Milton has a basketball court in the finished basement. Property tour starts right now. All right, let's get started with this property tour, shall we? So today I'm taking you to Milton. We're in the Manor, one of Atlanta's most prestigious country clubs. You've got beautiful golf course, tennis courts, both indoor and out, swimming pools, both indoor and out. There's an awesome spa, and you've got these really gorgeous houses in here. So Loudermilk Custom Homes built this beauty right here on Balley, Forrest, and it's got over 10,000 square feet of finished space, really over 10,500 square feet of finished space between the main 2 levels and the finished basement. And I did mention in the intro that there's a basketball court down there, so we're gonna check that out here in just a moment. So 5 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, 2 half baths, and some of the nicest finishes that you'll see in a custom home today in the low $4 million range. So as of the filming of this video, this is at $4.299. That price might change. So if you want the most current pricing, feel free to reach out, but take a look at this beautiful front door. Now, as soon as I close this door, the outside world disappears, which is what you want and what you expect in a $4 million plus property. So inside foyer, nice and wide, you have these beautiful white oak wood floors throughout the entire house. Show that to you here in just a moment. Beautiful millwork in this house. You'll take a look, got 10-inch baseboards with a cap, beautiful crown. And right off of the entrance foyer, we have this beautiful dining room. Lots of natural light, 3 big windows. And the millwork, just the attention to detail is really on point. It's one of the things that I love the most about Loudermilk. Now at 6,800 square feet, there's a lot to explore above ground. We're gonna get to that basketball court in the basement, so definitely stick with me. I wanna show you just how amazing this house is. So I'm gonna peek back towards the entrance foyer. I want you to see just what the front doors look like. And then on this main level, these ceilings are 12 feet tall. Upstairs as well, as a matter of fact. So 12-foot ceilings. And then there's an extra foot between the kitchen and the family room. Custom LED lights. Oversized fireplace, it's gorgeous. Love the surround on that. Now, floor to ceiling, almost, windows with this beautiful 4-pane sliding glass door. And you may have already seen it. Look at the double islands in the kitchen. So in here, you've got marble countertops. Bell cabinetry, combination of Wolf appliances. Take a look at the Sub-Zero built-in refrigerator here in just a moment. This is a house that was built for entertaining. When you live in a place like the Manor, you might be doing a lot of that. What better place to do that than right here in this space? Lots of storage. Love the arch passageways as well. We also went with the marble backsplash too, which I think is great. And look at the sheer size of this Wolf range. Double ovens. Got 6 gas burners plus the griddle. They're iconic red knobs. built-in microwave here. And look at this. Side by side, Sub-Zero. And you've got your own little coffee / beverage center right here as well. Let me know what you think of this kitchen so far. Now, right off of the kitchen, you have this beautiful keeping room / sunroom. Look at all the windows. It's got a nice vaulted ceiling. Lots and lots of light. And that leads us to the covered back deck over here, outdoor kitchen. I mentioned it's on the golf course. Got it right back there, right? Great space for entertaining. Super easy to bring the outdoors in. All you gotta do is open up the sliding wall of windows. The coyote grill. Now I'm going to show you the pantry next, and I know that I'm going to hear it in the comments, and it's fine, but all of the closets, including the pantry in this home, don't have any built-ins right now, and that's by design. When you buy a Loudermilk custom home, you work with their design group, you get exactly what you want. You customize the closet space exactly the way that you would use them. The nice thing about buying a custom home is the personalization, and if they personalize everything, then that's something that you're missing out on. So I'll show you the pantry here in a moment, but I wanted to first show the mudroom. Got some nice lockers here on this side. And it's a 3-car garage, so you've got 2 bays on this side. 2 floors, nice sized garage, lots of ceiling height. And this home is a smart home. I mean, homes are nowadays, right? This is an awesome system. So we've got a Lutron system that controls the lights and so forth. Makes it nice. Control with the smartphone. And then the pantry for the kitchen is right here around the corner. So I want you to look at the size, because it's a really good size. And then imagine building whatever you want. And if you need help imagining what this could be, that's why you'd work with their design group. And here is the other bay for the 3rd time. So, nice 3-car garage. You have a separate door. A nice 3-car garage. You have a separate door here. And then over here, powder room. There's pendant lights. Now on the way to the dining room, we've got a nice little butler's pantry. Good staging area, beverage refrigerator there, and another sink. Okay, so that goes down to the basement. We'll check that out in a little bit. We're not quite ready to go there yet. Just a different view of what this dining room looks like. It's so elegant. Now, this house doesn't come with an elevator, but if somebody wanted to add one, this is where I would go. If you're not going to do the elevator, then on all 3 levels, it gives you a lot of extra storage space. And again, if you want this customized, you buy this house, you can work with the design group to have that done exactly the way that you would want. So stairs up. Before we go up, let me show you the primary suite, because in this property, you've got 2 bedrooms that could be primary suites, but this is the main one. And it's a home that was built with generational living in mind. Look at the scale of this room. That height just makes it feel so big. And you've got a lot of windows too, helps to bring in some nice light. French doors that lead into a monster-sized bathroom. So let's check that out. Got a nice little prep area right here. Two separate vanities. Of course, beautiful tub in the middle. Might want to add some window treatments there. But again, we're not adding those right now. It's something that a buyer would customize. And look at the scale of the shower. It's a huge oversized space. So of course, frameless glass, rainfall fixture. Got a nice bench. Some inserts there. Well executed. Now here are 2 closets. Now between the 2 closets is a laundry room. And in the laundry room, they added a little bit of storage. You'd put a stackable washer dryer in here. And then you've got a second closet space right here. So between the 2 closets, there's a world of possibilities, right? All right, up or down, up or down. Let's go up. Love the wood treads. Now upstairs, we have 10-foot ceilings. Nice wood floors up here as well. Look at this space. I mean, that's big enough to be a basketball court, right? Don't think you want to bounce basketballs on the 2nd floor, but hey, to each their own. That's not the court that I'm talking about. Secondary bedroom number 1. It's a good sized walk-in closet. Private ensuite. Tile all the way up to the ceiling. And every house needs at least a bathtub, so got one in there. This goes up to the attic. Love the permanent stairs, and this will give you a glimpse into just how clean everything is with Loudermilk. So, spray foam insulation. Got a couple different furnaces. I'll show you the utility room in the basement. When I say clean, I mean clean. From the way the plumbing's run to the electrical, it's not messy. So there's room to put some more plywood down. If somebody wanted to use this for storage up here, you could. A big fan of the details. So if you are too, there's a good chance you are if you enjoy watching my channel. I like showing things like that. Remember I mentioned if there was an elevator, if you want one in, this is where we go. Okay. Linen closet here. And then this is really big enough to be another owner suite. So the generational living is what I'm talking about. So these are very nice. It's a nice tub, good sized shower for a secondary bedroom, right? So the intent is if you've got aging parents, maybe you want them to use the primary on the main for a little while, you use this one. You've got a really nice sized closet here. So it's a very nice size. Let's check out some of these other bedrooms and then I'll take you down into the basement. So huge laundry room right here. The suite downstairs had one, not this big. But now you don't have to go up and downstairs with clothes, because who likes to do that? Now upstairs we've got here's another bedroom. I like how all the different bathrooms kind of have their own personality. Different vanity, different towel around on the tub, and different floors. Walk-in closet over here. So they're good sizes, right? And you have another closet here, which when you look at the house, I mean, that could potentially be the elevator shaft. The house is so big, sometimes it's easy to lose one's bearings. I don't think so. I think that that space that I showed around the corner is what that would be. I think this is just extra storage space. Here's another bedroom. Closet on this side. And this has a shower. So 2 tub shower combos. This is secondary with the shower. Okay, let's check out that basement. Yeah, I'm right about that because the elevator would be right here. And that closet that we saw is in the back over there. It would be somewhere up here. Okay, basement time. Not every builder finishes the basement. In some of their homes, they didn't finish them at first, but they did in this one. Huge space. So here, it's a basement. Switch to luxury vinyl plank floor. Got another kitchen over here. Different aesthetic. Thought that this was going to be like a leathered granite. Certainly has that look a little bit, but it's nice and soft. Got a dining room here. Down here, we're looking at 10-foot ceilings as well. So you've got another wall of windows with the sliding glass doors right there. Covered patio underneath the upstairs deck. And that just looks out over the golf course. This would be an awesome recreation space. And you have a bunch of other rooms down here. So half bath. And then here's that utility room I wanted to show you. So everything's nice and clean. Love that they do this down here. Water to all the different parts of the house. And then here's that control center for the Lutron system. All right. See it, can't you? Right here, just extra storage underneath the stairs. And then if you wanted an elevator, here is where that would be downstairs. Okay. I see basketball goal. And right before we check that out, show you the movie room. Nice theater room in here. And now for the grand finale. Let's look at that basketball court. Look at how tall the ceiling is here. Bit of an echo. So if basketball is not your thing, maybe pickleball is. And this would certainly fit a pickleball court as well. So the whole point of it is it's an extra recreation space for you to use as you please. And then here you've got 2 doors, makes it easy to get stuff in and out of when you're out in the backyard. Want to watch more tours today? Check out this Loudermilk custom home next. Thanks so much for watching and hope to see you on the next one.